So combine from this you have also proved du equals to Tds minus Pd. How did you prove it? Dou capital U by dou S at fixed speed equals to dou small u by dou small s small b. The dou u by dou S by Vn. So the same way you can prove it. We will discuss it later. Okay. So one transformation is there, and you beautifully got H equals to H hat Spn. Let's take an example and see how we can apply this concept and proceed further. I just did it. I think now we know that. Because we leave this part of the board. S equals to A U square V n square whole to the power 1 by 5. I don't know if it's there in the assignment problem. Check it out. And you can write this as U equals to S to the power 5 A V n square whole to the power half, which is U hat S V n. What will be the expression for enthalpy as a question? That means when I write H hat Spn, what is the expression? That's the question. So we'll proceed our usual way. When we start doing the linear transformation, identify x1, x2, x3, automatically m1, m2, m3, then evaluate m1, m2, m3, whatever you have, then go for the defining equation. Given relation is already there. These are given relationship. You don't have to go for given relation. Get m1, m2, m3, go for the defining equation, and as a consequence, subsequently you can get the final answer. So here you can write x1, x2, x3. x1 is B, x2 is, x3 is N, m1 is minus P, m2 is T, m3 is mu. Correct? These things are very straightforward. So when you say m1 equals to minus P, what is that? Which is dou u by dou v at fixed Sn. So compute from here, what you get? Your expression of u is given, Sbn. What should be having? Dou u by dou v at fixed Sn. I should get the final expression from you. I can give you some hint, minus half, some term will be there, some v exponent will be there. Here s and n will come, here these will be there with some exponent. What is the exponent? In bracketed term you have s and n. In bracketed term you have s and n. In bracketed term you have s and n. Yes, last bench. Minus half is there, yes. To the power half is there, 1 by b to the power 3 by 2. And here? S to the power 5 divided by n square. This is my equation number A. And from here, what can you write? P in terms of u and v. Very simple expression you can get in terms of u and v. Very simple. Yes? P I am asking, not minus P. Minus P is there. U by 2v? Equation number B. You don't need M2 and M3 for defining equation, right? Your different equation is what? C equals to y minus m1 x1. Correct? We don't need m2 m3. Don't go extra thing. H equals to u minus m1 is minus p, x1 is v. Next. So this is p equals to u by 2v. So 3 by 2 u. H equals to, you got 3 by 2 u. And which is 3 by 2 s to the power 5 from the expression here, given expression, a v n square whole to the power half. If you give this answer, I will give you what marks? If you say this is my h function, how much marks you will get? Let's see how much marks you get. You can give me the right answer. After marks, half, 0 mark, because you have not understood the linear transformation. Because h should be function of only s, p, and we have v. That means it's not complete. How to replace this v? How to replace this v? Look at your m1 equation. That's honest for this case. You try to look at this equation. We have found that p and v is some relationship. Okay. So if you look at your equation number A, so now from here you can see that you have to get rid of this guy, V. If you get rid of this guy, and that V you have to express in terms of S and N. SPN, sorry, SPN. So you have to express to equation A. Equation A, what you get? From equation A, what you get? B to the power 3 by 2 equals to 1 by 2p s to the power 5 n square whole to the power half. Correct? What you want? B to the power half, right? Then you can get B minus r. So it is not like your laws of indices. What is B to the power half? This is my equation number C. B to the power half, how much it is? How to get B to the power half from here? If you take to the power 1/3, then how much you get? 1 by 2p to the power 1/3, and then s to the power 5 n square 1 by 6. Equation number D. Now you can see that V has come. What you want? Function of SPN. Substitute b to the power half there, and you get your desired function to get the full marks. And what is that? H equals to, you should give me the answer. If you substitute b to the power half here, what you get? What you get? H function. What you get your H function? It's taking so much of time. What's your H function? Yes?
3 by 2.
3 by 2 is not correct answer.
2p is 5 by n square raised to 1/3.
Any other answer? I have 3 whole to the power 1/3. I am giving the hints. Fill in the blanks. I am giving the hints. 3 in bracket whole to the power 1/3. 3 in bracket whole to the power 1/3. What is the bracketed term? S to the power 5 divided by 4. Done. Now the question is, we got the H function. Can you get back U function? Inverse transformation. Can you get back inverse transformation? And I will ask you, what is U? You have SPN. You should practice it. This kind of question may come in the exam. I will give SPN. and say that get SBN of U. Okay? How to proceed? How to proceed for that? So you know that from here you can always write x1, m1, x2, m3, everything is there. I should not write anything. So what's your x1? What's the step? Inverse transformation. What's the objective? Your objective is to get y equals to c plus, am I correct? Only one, summation I equals to 1 to what? 1 to 1 m1 x1. m1 is known for this case. What is m1? Minus p. x1 is, what is that? Dou h by, how to get x? Okay, dou c by mj not equals to I or I 1 to r. This is my definition. I think you are not following, that's why I am doing the very basic level. Please go back to my notes, partial Fourier transformation. It is there, xi equals to minus dou c by dou mi, mj j not equals to I equals to 1 to r. That means my x1 is b. That will be dou m1. It should be m2, m3. Am I correct? So it will be what? Dou h by dou minus p. Am I correct? M2 and M3. What is M2? T and then T and mu. Yeah, okay, no problem.
So minus one will be minus 1.
Done. Okay. So what is your B function? That's exactly the same way. You have to proceed. You have to get x1 and then you have to get the thing. So next is so remember that you have given h equals to SPN, you have to get u equals to SBN. What you got? B. Simplification. Dou p of, it should be plus dou h dou p p yes, what is that? I think here what you have mentioned here, dou c by dou mi, mj not equals to I equals to 1 to r, and x1 to xr plus 1 to xn. Please correct it, complete definition. Because we have total variables x1 to xr, m1 to m1, xr1 plus r plus 1 to xn, right? For partial Fourier transformation. For our case, what are the variables? m1, x2 and x3, right? You have m1, x2 and x3. We don't have m2, m3 actually. It doesn't exist. So your x1 will be what? Minus dou c by dou m1 This concept is clear? Yes or no? Please correct your partial Fourier transformation. Okay, if you do that, what do you get?
So S5 by 4n square whole power 1 by 3.
S5 4 n square p square whole to the power 1 by 3. I want to should be also correct as x to x. Okay, so this I put as equation number A1. Remember that b is expressed in terms of s to the power s, n and p, and then u equals to, your defining equation is y equals to c plus m1 x1. C is u, sorry, c is h plus what is m1, what is x1? m1 is minus p, x1 is v, and v we have obtained in terms of these things. Remember that you got here u, and u is coming as hpv. Final expression should not have p, then you are not in business. Okay, so h is what? You got h expression, which is 3 into s to the power 5 p 4 n square whole to the power 1/3 plus minus p, and v expression. So p is okay, you don't have to touch anything. v is s to the power 5 4 n square p square 1/3. Am I correct? Final expression. Final expression. You will get 2 into, you will get 2 into you get 2 into, yes madam, yes, s to the power 5 p by whole to the power 1/3. Is that correct answer? Of course not. You got in terms of SPN. You have to get in terms of SVN. Which equation you apply? If you remember your previous technique, slope equation generally you apply, right? Here what is the slope? How many slope equation you have? Only one slope equation, which is x1. So equation number A1 you have to apply. What is equation A? This is giving some kind of relationship. So from here you can get P in terms of SBN, and if you replace, and then you get in terms of SBN. So this is the catchy equation. Always for any kind of mathematical problem, you always use the slope equation to replace. Please write down. Use slope equation for Legendre transformation calculations. Here slope equation is x1. Previous problem slope equation was m1. If you use slope equation, I am telling you this way no books will be given. This problem is taken from YBC now. If you look at YBC now, you won't be able to understand. You will be really confused. Use the slope equation. Use slope equation to get the final form of Legendre transformation of defining equation. So what you do get? What you do get now? This is my equation number B1. I use equation A1. If you look at your slope equation, what you do have? P 2/3 equals to s to the power 5 4 a square b cube 1/3. What you want to have? P to the power 1/3, right? Otherwise you won't. If you look at your equation number B1, you have p to the power 1/3. You have p to the power 2/3. So you have to take whole to the power half. If you take whole to the power half, you will get p to the power 1/3, which is s to the power 5 4 a square b to the power 3 1/6. Equation number C1, right? And then if you substitute from equation C1 to equation B1, your p to the power 1/3, you get the final expression. And let me see the final expression. Let me see the final expression. Let me see the final expression. That we have already s to the power 5 4 n square. That you should not touch. Only p to the power 1/3 you should replace from equation C1. If you do it, what you will get? If you do it, what you will get? If you do it, what you will get? Yes, sir. S to the power 5 by AB. 1 by 5. 1 by 2. Let's see your calculation. Yes, sir. So it is U equals to S to the power 5 A B n square whole to the power half, and that's our real equation. Understood? Here transformation. The main catchy part is here. If you don't correct it, you will do mistake. So here the constant will be no m's. It will be only x2 and x3. No m's constant will be there. If you put other m's, it will be big problem. Correct? So please correct your partial and transformation part. What I have not discussed, the corrections of the xi. Which are kept constant. If you don't know which are kept constant, we will do big mistake. The entire inverse transformation will go wrong. Next part of the thing is, now the situation is very straightforward. I will introduce another form of, so what we have learned so far, we have learned du equals to TdS minus PdV plus mu dN. You got dH equals to TdS plus VdP plus mu dN. It says you had SVN. It says you had H at SPN. Now I replace V and P. I can replace S, no? So I can have you have SVN, some function which is C hat TVN. So in that case, my x1 is S, x2 is V, x3 is N, m1 is T, m2 we don't need, m3 we don't need. Okay, so expressing x1, x2, x3 as m1, x2, x3. We don't need m2 equals to minus p. You can keep it. I don't want, because I don't need m2 m3 at this point. Finally, defining equation. C equals to y minus summation I equals to 1 to r mi xi. What is y? Yes, sir. U. How many r? R is how much? 1. Then minus E. M1 is what? E. T. X1 is S. Helmholtz free energy. So now this is the way we derive Helmholtz free energy. Now we have derived Helmholtz free energy. What is my DC? Summation I equals to r plus 1 to n. R plus 1 to n. Then mi. Am I correct? Mi dxi minus summation I equals to 1 to r xi. Am I correct? I don't remember. I think about how I did, and from the automatic it comes from my heart. You should not be mugging up anything in thermodynamics. If you mug up, you are lost. What is my dA? Summation I equals to 2 to 3 mi dxi. I think here you need m2 and m3. Now you can put m2 is minus p, m3 is mu. Minus only one term, x1 dm1. What is m2? Minus p, right? dx2 is dv. m3 is mu, and x3 is dx3 is dn minus x1, which is s dt. So you got the expression dA minus pdB plus minus s dt plus mu dn. And again, my way of remembering is very correct. dA, I am changing it, flipping it. dA equals to minus s dt, which is intact minus pdB plus mu dn. So that's why you understand that why I don't remember anything in thermodynamics, because I know only this formula. With that, everything comes. Okay? Next, we'll go to last one. Last one is what is remaining. We'll change both. x1, x2, x1 to m1, x2 to m2, x3 just keep as it is. Okay. So we write down here. U equals to, you had SVN, I am going to have new function C hat PPN. X1 S, X2 B, X3 N, M1 P, M2 minus P, M3 mu. C equals to y minus summation I equals to 1 to r mi xi. Divide. Give me the answer. Y is
U.
U. Please don't prompt. Minus.
Minus
What is r? Value of r?
1.
R is 1. R is 2. That means m1 x1 plus m2 x2. Now tell me the last step. U minus TS.
M2 is minus B into X2 is B.
H minus TS gives free energy. So you get here gives free energy. So we got G equals to H minus TS. And then what is dg? dg equals to summation I equals to 3 only mi dxi minus summation I equals to 1 to 2 xi dmi. Am I correct? This will give you mu dn minus xi is s dt. Am I correct? Plus yes. Yes, you are doing correctly. What is that? Yes or yes or no? Yes. Yes. So you got. So let me see from my formula. dg equals to minus s dt plus v dt plus mu dn. So my formula is also correct. The way I remember. I don't remember like this. I remember from that formula. I am flipping 2. So both the things are getting signed. Change the sign. So it is coming minus. This is coming plus. So minus s dt plus v dt plus mu dn. So now we got the 4 versions of combined first and second of thermodynamics. 4 versions. du equals to TdS minus PdV plus mu dn, which essentially says you have SVN. Then dH equals to TdS plus VdP plus mu dn, which essentially says H equals to H hat SPN. You get dA equals to minus SdP minus PdV plus mu dn, essentially says A equals to A hat TVN get dg equals to minus s dt plus p dt plus mu dn. Essentially says g equals to g hat t p n. All are equivalent or this. So these are each can be considered as equivalent expression of combined first and second law of thermodynamics. Okay? And these expressions we have seen in the books, but I don't know whether any book derived it. Did any book derive this thing? The first time we are deriving it. The first time we got the derivation of du, dh, dn, dg. So let's take up the previous example. What we have done, and then I will do something here, and you go back home and you can finish it at your home.
Sir, is that expression, last expression,
Okay. Sorry. Correct? Good, we understood. So now I will take the example u equals to s to the power 5 a b n square whole to the power half. This is the last previous problem. What is my a function if I want to express as pbn? What is my a function? So that means you have to select your x1, x2, x3, m1, m2, m3. So what is your x1? m1 et. Okay. So now directly you can write m1 equals, you know that slope equation you have to construct to get the final defining equation. I will target the slope equation. I will not go by the previous method because I am an expert. m1 equals to t, which is what? Dou u by, what is a1? Dou y by dou xi or xj not equals to I. a1 equation is very straightforward. Xi is a problem. Dou u by dou s. Get me the answer. Get me the answer quick. Correct all the term. 4 to the power half 5 by 2 s to the power 3 by 2. What is the bracketed term? What is the bracketed term? 1 by a b n square. Directly go to the defining equation, which is a u minus m1 x1 ts. U is s to the power 5 a b n square whole to the power half minus t is 1 by a b n square whole to the power half 5 by 2 s to the power 3 by 2 into s. How much you are getting? Minus 3 by 2. Collect the terms such way you can actually visualize nicely. Let's say equation number B. Give me the answer. Give me the answer. No answer, no? Minus 3 but already there. This is
minus 3 by 2.
half is there already. Okay, minus 3 by 2, first bracket, yes.
Then so 1 by abn square
This is here 1 by ABN square whole to the power half already given. Okay, half already given here. This term on S term will be there.
S power 5 by.
Yes, sir. Now what's actually happening here? You are getting A as a function of SBN. Is it correct? No, DBN. That means you have to use the slope equation. The slope you can see, the T is expressed as SBN. Okay? So, if you use the slope equation, that's equation B. So from equation A, what you get? So you have to replace S from equation A. We have to eliminate S. So S to the power 3 by 2. You got 2t by 5 into AB n square whole to the power 1 by 2. What do you want? We want S to the power 5 by 2. How much S to the power 5 by 2 from this equation? How much S to the power 5 by 2 from this equation? You get something A, B, n square whole to the power 5 by 6. This is equation number C. Something else will be also there. Something else also will be there. What is that? 2 by 5 only. T should not be there. 2t by 5 to the power 5 by 3. So that you have to replace in equation number B, S to the power 5 by 2. The same procedure I am following. I am not doing anything different. Final expression for A. Give me this function of T, B and N. Final expression in terms of T, B, N. Final expression you have to give in terms of T, B, N. A, B, N square. 1/3 you get minus 3 by 2. I am giving the almost full answer. Only one bracket I am asking to you. Only one bracket I am asking to you.
T by 5.
2t by 5.
5 by
2t by 5 to the power 5 by 3. That's the answer. Inverse transformation. So that you can get the original function. For inverse transformation, what do you need? Only x1 equation. So now we do inverse transformation. Inverse transformation. So it is given A as A hat T B N. In your problem we have seen what are your M1 and x1, and now your x1 will be dou C by dou M1 x2 comma x3. Am I correct? Yes, minus. That means minus dou A by what is M1? What is M1? Devan, what is happening? Dou T x2 x3. What is x2?
B and N.
B and N. Give me the answer.
So in that equation, actually that is A is a function. I mean, you can just say A power 1 by 3 this side and
Oh, okay. Just a minute. Yeah, you can actually directly do that. Yeah, second one. You can do that. You can do further. I have not done it because I have waited for the inverse. I was waiting for the inverse. You can do that. Okay. Oh, I think you know what actually is happening there. This A is some constant.
It is a constant.
I think I should not be given. You have got a good point. This A is different than the free energy. A is a constant. You write ABC, no constants. This u is the what? U is s to the power 5 a b n square whole to the power half. Instead you can put alpha. Okay? Or you can put a0. That's a very good point. Good point. Thanks. Okay. Minus dou A by dou T Bn. Yes. What's the answer? Please write in terms of A0. Okay, otherwise again you'll be confused. So thanks to Devan to find out that tricky stuff. When you write constants, we don't care, right? Okay. What's the final answer? A b n square will be there. 1 to the power 1/3. A0.
Minus 5/2. Minus 5/2.
Minus will not be there. Sorry.
So minus, okay, 5/2.
5/2 is also not there.
5, sir.
What I am asking that I want S equals. I want S equals to. Of course from here it is coming, but I want S equals to 2/3 will be there. Are you getting this 2/3? Then what will be the thing? 2t by 5. 2 by 3. That's all. Equation number 8. Then define equation u equals to a plus ts. No. What is given? A is u is given. A is given. What is that? Minus 3 by 2. 2t by 5, 5 by 3, a0 b n square whole to the power 1/3 plus t into s, which is 2t by 5 whole to the power 2/3 a0 b n square whole to the power 1/3. Now you can see that u is coming as a function of t, b and n. We don't want t. We replace t from x1 equation. How to get? See, you can see that t to the power 2/3 will be coming in terms of SBN. Okay, so please replace and get me the answer. I'm giving you 2-3 minutes, and then you are done. I'm promising this is the last part. Then you can close down. Then you can close down. Replace it from equation number 8. Did you get it? Yes or no? Just see, you can have 2t by 5, 2 by 2/3. You can express it in that way. It's very straightforward. 2t by 5, 2/3. You can just get 5 by 3. Okay. From here, it is possible to have 2t by 5, 5 by 3 some expression. If you put it here, it is much easier than previous calculation. Get me the answer. What is 2t by 5 by 3? 2t by 5 whole to the power 5 by 3 from equation number 8, which is abn square whole to the power minus 5 by 3, s to the power 5 by 2. Am I correct? 2t by 5 whole to the power 5 by 3. If you do that, I am sure you will get the answer. Please go back home and do that. And the last part is this problem. You try it out. I check with you on Tuesday, Monday's holiday, that if you can do this function, what's the linear transformation and what's the inverse linear transformation? That will be the home task. And the first thing I'll ask you randomly, what you have got from there. So take this new function, what you have, do the drift energy and do the inverse. Okay? And that will be the end of your story of linear transformation. So then you will proceed further. Thanks for kind attention.